Hi and welcome to today's video where I have my beauty hauls for the month of February, and as it's the penultimate day I am not buying any more for this month, so I have everything together. I'm not including the Cult Beauty bag that I got last week because I've already shown it you, but this is everything else. So I've already had to refilm this because there's something wrong with my camera, not wanting to video very well. I'm not sure what that is. It's quite an old phone, so who knows. So I'm going to go through them in some sort of order. So the first set were gifts to me from Mr. Bear for Valentine's Day. So the first item, these were all from Space NK, so I purchased them, he paid for them. So I've got from Chantecaille, and this is their buff and blur brush. So this I got in the sale, in the January sales, and this is a beautifully soft brush, beautiful and soft. Now what I would say, it wouldn't perhaps move very thick cream foundations around the face that well because it is quite flexible. It may not be stiff enough, but it would be good for stipple type, putting in thicker creams or lighter weight liquid foundations. So this is quite lovely. Glad to have that item. The next one, also in the sale, was by Chantecaille, and it is the Jasmine Eye Duet. And now I have never had any eyeshadows from Chantecaille, and I wanted to give them a try. The box is quite pretty. It's got a floral motif on. Now what I will say is it's still very lightweight, so it's just a very lightweight packaging. Now in here, this is fairly true to colour. It's got a taupey beige, matte, and it isn't a topper, it is more of metallic shimmer. That gives an all over metallic look, but they are both quite gentle colours and I think quite good for mature skin, I would say. There is a mirror, I haven't undone the little flap, there is a mirror there as well, but that was half price in the sale, so I'm glad to have it to try it. It is, like I say, a wonderful gentle formula that can be built up. And then the final item he picked up for me was, I've got a couple items I'm going to try to fall here, was from Lisa Eldridge. So this was, and I think these were all in a discounted, but this is a refill for the Rouge Experience lipsticks, and this one was originally sold out very quickly when it was launched in November and in the January sales, but then it got restocked. So this one is in the shade Romy, which is supposed to be a cooler tone pink. It isn't on me. It is a brown with some elements of pink. But I did start using it in January, and I've used so much, I've used about a third of the lipstick, that you probably can't tell, but that is the top part of the L for Lisa. And there's a little kiss, a little lips there. So I have used a lot of it. It is a very lightweight formula that's virtually imperceptible on the lips, and it does have a slight glossiness or a satininess that blots down to a matte finish. And that's this one, so you can see where this one is. It is in Medici. So this is my favourite one of the two. So I didn't get the full lipstick holder, but because I won't be repurchasing this, because it's not quite a shade. It reminds me of Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, which again, I don't like because of its colour, of its shade. It's just too brownish and not enough pink tone. But I am able to get used to it. It'll be nice in winter. It'll be okay in early spring. So hopefully I shall get more use out of that one. So they were my gifts, and then in early February I went to Cheshire Oaks, to McAlpine Village, which is a clearance or discounted store. There's quite a few things, one in Bicester, there's a few throughout the country, and that's the only one in the north west. I think there's one towards York is the next to nearest one for me, which isn't near at all. So I picked up a number of items. Now I went to Clarins and I picked up this set. I've already opened it, but I will show you the set. It's just 2 items. It's got Dia Sante, which is a fragrance line, aromatics. It is a herbal aromatic that is supposed to help with mood stabilisation rather than a perfume. They don't class it. It's one of the very first aromatherapy based fragrances. In fact, the first I know is this from Clarins. And then there is also a matching body wash. So this set cost £24. It was originally £44. This is sold on its own for around £44 to £48. So it was a good deal to get the Diamante, and it comes in its proper box. Within that box, I'll show it you, it's got a spray, because a lot of the large ones don't have sprays, but this has a spray. And it's absolutely lovely, earthy tone. It has patchouli, but it's a very clean patchouli. But it's very earthy and it's eminently unisex. Clarins don't market it for any particular sex at all, but it's part of their aromatherapy therapeutic line, because they do a lot. Like they do have spas where you can have body massages, face massages and everything, and they've been doing that for many, many years. The next item I picked up from them was another kit that was originally sold at £38 by them, worth £68, and I got it for £28. So it was for the price of one item, I got the whole kit. So I wanted, if I can see it in front of me, no, oh here it is. So with the Diamante one, this was a wash bag that came with it that's eminently unisex. And with the second kit, this was obviously for Valentine's Day because it's got hearts on. It's a soft cottony sort of velour pouch that's lined, and in here has all the goodies. So I shall open these up. So the first item was the one that I wanted, that was the price of the whole kit, and this is their gloss stroke lip oil, and it's in a cherry fragrance and a slight tint. I don't really like the scent of cherries because it can be, the artificial cherries actually never smell of real cherries to me. But as far as cherries go, this one's a good one because it's more of a sweety form of cherries, more like a sweet, like a boiled sweet. But I do like the lip oil because I tried it before I went to Cheshire Oaks, and a honey one, and it was absolutely lovely, and I got that in a box sometime over summer, so I was pleased to have that. Now the only thing is Clarins don't get much publicity online, in YouTube, or influencers don't tend to talk about the company, but they do have some excellent products. This is absolutely beautiful, so I'm glad I have that. So good. And then also with that is another product that would have been the cost of this kit. It's the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm. So this can be used as a standalone treatment to tighten the skin, but it's very good under makeup as a primer, and it also lifts and tightens skin. So it is very good for anti-aging. In fact, when I first bought this, I was in my 20s when it was first launched, so I didn't see any benefit. I'm not too surprised, but in recent years I have gone through several one of these. I've got one at the moment, a different shaped container. This might be bigger because it's 50ml, but that is so real. It's lovely. And if you want lifting, I think it's worth trying the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm. And it is a cream formula. It seems to work well with water-based, oil-based and silicone-based foundations. And then the final two items, this is an SOS Serum Mascara that can be used as a lash builder. Like often you get white primers that build lash. You can use that for that purposes, or lightly on its own, it's brown, as a mascara. So what I would probably do is use this and then top it off with this XXL mascara, which is a volumizer. It's got a massive wand. The wand is too big for my preference. It's much bigger than my eyes, so it's not very practical for me, but I will use it. But I'm always interested in the bodybuilding base for a mascara, and if this is good, I may buy that on its own. So that was the two kits from Clarins. I also picked up two more items. So the first one is another comfort oil, different shape, but it's an oil like this one, and it is in a silver. So it's not as intimidating. It's not a dense silver. I'll try and put it across. It's got a fruity fragrance, and it gives a light frosting, which apparently is all in fashion at the moment. There it is. So it doesn't particularly look grey, but it reminds me of a L'Oreal, I think it was called Moonshine or Moon something, Moon Dust. There was a lip gloss going back 20 years ago that I went through many of, and this reminds me, it's very similar, except this is more of an oil, and it has a fruity-ish sort of fragrance. And I got this for around £8, which is very, very good. I think they around £21. And then likewise, I got a lipstick for the same price in 744S in Plum. So this is more like a gloss in a stick. I've got it on there actually. And it is a plum colour, but it does give just a hint of a shade, but it is conditioning on the lips. So I will certainly be using this. They're my favourite sort of lip conditioners that act as a lipstick. So they're all the items I picked up from Clarins, which is a new shop that's newly opened within the Cheshire Oaks complex of stores. I also went to the Estée Lauder outlet store. I didn't find anything that I particularly wanted. There wasn't much there of interest to me. But I went to another cosmetics discount out. I think it's called the Cosmetics Outlet, and they have quite inexpensive brands. So I picked up from Almay, I didn't even know they were still going, a metallic burgundy more of a red shade. Now this would be good to top another liner to change the tone slightly. So it's quite pretty. There it is. I paid a couple of pounds for that. So here it is. But I wouldn't wear it on its own too close to the lash line because it may make me look as if I had pink eye. And then I have a Max Factor product in a brow. Now I actually had this in a chubby stick, so I like the tone. And it is a blonde. There it is. So it's a bit like one of the Benefit, I think it's Gimme Brow, or one of the Benefit ones. It's a bit of a copy of that, but that was a couple of pounds, so maybe £5, something like that. It wasn't expensive, so I have those to use. And then the final items were 3 lip glosses. I've got 2 Sally Hansen. So this is an Insta Dry, and it's in a vibrant green, which I love, like a traffic light green. But I love the vibrancy of this, and it's a pearlized finish. I have yet to try that. I've got from Sally Hansen a Miracle Gel, and this one, have I tried that one? No. It has got a slightly more tone beige with some gold reflect in. It doesn't have a lot of opacity, but it can be used on its own, and you'll see the tones of your nail underneath or over, perhaps a beige or another colour nail polish, and you could add that as a topper. Likewise, this is a topper shade. And this one is a beige with a gold reflect, and I've actually got this here, and it's a beautiful sparkle over a pale beige base. So it's absolutely quite pretty, and this is an OPI. I'm not sure what the shade is. They always have quite quirky names, don't they? So I'm not sure what it is. Falling for Milan, it's called. So, and it's that these are all presently available. So they're all I bought in Cheshire Oaks. And then the next item I got from iHerb, which is a US online store. And I think this came from the US because it's not sold in Europe. And it is the Revlon Illuminance Foundation. Now we do have one that's a tint that's in a tube. Now in America, the US of A, they have this and the tube, but this version, which is more for dry skin and has slightly more coverage, is being discontinued. So I picked this up in 217, and with postage and packaging it was around £17. It's in the shade beige, which is a little dark for me, but I can either use it with lighter foundations that match my skin tone, but they make me look a bit ghostly because I am very, very white and I want to add colour to my face. So this would be, it would work well on its own as well, but it can be used as a mixer. So that is a very beautiful foundation. And then the final items I picked up within the last week from Boots. So Boots started an offer on Thursday where they had a kit that was worth, I think, £140 with £100 or £135 with £100 spend. So I looked at it, left it. The next day they had a 15% off of premium makeup brands, and you could also get the kit if you hit the minimum threshold. So I went shopping, and I'll show you the items that I picked up. Right. So the first one I picked up was from Estée Lauder, and it was a repurchase of Double Wear, but in a new shade. So it is the latest shade that they brought out. They did bring quite a few paler end and some darker end. And this is in the paler end, but this is the more recent one, because when you look at the swatches, there's 60 swatches, but there's 60 shades, but there's 59 on the arm swatches, and one is missing, and it's because this is the latest one. This came out a couple of years ago, and it's in 1C2 petal, so there are no arm swatches at all to be found for this product. So it's only where people have individually loaded, or if you go on the website, there is a dollop, there's a little, but there is no proper swatch you can compare to other colours, if you know what I mean. So this is the shade. Now unfortunately the light is, because it's an orange ring light I've got, is changing the colour, but this is a pink, more of a greyish tone pink shade. So this is the sort of shade they did need, because I use, this is 1C1 petal, as in a pink petal, and I used to have 0C1, which was their lightest shade. It's the lightest coolest shade, and that was in shell. The next one is 1C1 bone, which is yellow, although it's tight, with a C in it, it's supposed to be cool, but it is a yellow bone colour, and I don't like yellow on my face. So this one is a pink. It's showing yellow because I've got an orange filter, so I'm not in daylight, but this is a pink tone. It's a little darker than my skin, but I don't mind because I'm trying to add extra colour, rather than being as white as my neck and the base of my skin. But I love this. Now it is described, it didn't used to be years ago, but it's described in the blurb as being matte. It's not matte on my skin, and I have very, very dry skin, but it's just all down to skin prep. I put so many layers of moisturisers on and serums and then sunscreens on that my face has an awful lot of slip to it. So basically you need a tiny amount of this, and you get a lovely base layer. Now I wouldn't say this is a full cover. This is a medium to high medium, because there is a full cover one for covering scars, for example, or birthmarks, if you so choose that you wanted to cover your birthmark. I'm not saying people should, but I have very high red cheeks, and this does not cover every element of it, but I don't mind because at least you can see the skin underneath. So this was discounted at 15% off. I also picked up a fairly new product that came out a couple of months ago, I think, and it's the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and it is in their, well, bronzer stroke contour. There's 4 shades, and I got the second one, which is the lightest warm tone, and it is in souffle, chocolate souffle. Now the lightest one was a definite cool toned contour, but when I tried them side by side in store, and I'd already ordered this online, there was very little difference to it. In fact, the palest one, which is called Mousse, has a green tone to it, just like the fair bronzer liquid mousse that's in a pan from Charlotte Tilbury. It is green in colour because I have very, very good eye for colour. And this one is more neutral, because the others definitely got green, which is very, very odd when you're looking to bronze or even contour where you put green in. But this one, I've got it here. There it is. So it is more, it isn't orange in any way, but it does add a bit of depth to the face. And they only have 4 shades. They probably could do with more, but I'll tell you what I do love about it. It just smells of Terry's chocolate orange. So if you're in the UK and you've tried it, you'll know what I mean. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So I don't know that the Americans have any frame of reference for that, but it is basically a chocolate that has orange essence in, and it is like a milk chocolate that's creamy, and it has a beauty. You know, I love the taste of orange chocolate. It's my favourite. So yeah, I love Terry's chocolate orange, and that's what it smells like to me. It seems to be very easy to work with. I've yet to use it. So this feels quite cold, but this could be plastic, possibly some metal, but this is a plastic top. So it's got 8 grams, so it's got quite a bit of product. I think it's £28. I think I paid about 23 for it, and there it is. So I shall use this once my Project Pan item is completed. I'm using one from Milk at the moment. So this, like I say, is the Chocolate Soleil, and it is in the second lightest shade. I wouldn't say it's darker than the first, just the tone is different, and it is in Souffle. And then I also picked up 3 items that were already in clearance, and they are from, and I've already using it at the moment. It's by Uma a brow throw, because Uma have stopped trading or rebranding. I know the original owner has been bought out. So I already have one that I've had a few months that I'm using, and when this went on sale for £7, I think the last one I actually got was £4, but they are worth £23 each, and they're now on clearance for £7. Now I do like it. It's just that the wand is very stabby, very, very sharp, but the colour and the performance is really, really good. So I've got these three as backups, and then the final two items that I got came in this bag, because this went on offer on the Friday, and you got a free kit. It's only a tiny little kit. So in the kit, I'll show you what you get. You get a lined bag that's got also an inner pocket, and then you also get a cherry dub, which is a face scrub. It's only 7ml, but I think I'd get a couple of uses out. It did have a foil, but I've taken off. And this cherry isn't bad either in scent, so I'm going to use that as a face scrub. Because I don't have very much in Fenty skincare. I've just got an eye cream, I think, from an advent calendar, but I'll gladly give that one a try. And then the second item that was free is a travel size of her mascara called Hella Thick. So it's a volumizing black mascara in 3.5ml. The brush is a bit scary for me. Look how big that is next to mine. It's a very big brush. So obviously it is for volume. It is a bristle brush. I wouldn't say natural bristle, but it is a nylon bristle brush rather than a comb type. It's a traditional brush. Seems quite a wet formula, quite thick, but I shall give that one a try. So when I've used up some others, I want to make sure that I've definitely sealed this up, because if air gets in, it will cause problems. And then the final items that I picked up to reach the threshold was obviously two from Fenty to get that kit. So I got two of the lip glosses that are in a stick, and they are called the Gloss Bombs. And this is Blazed Donut, which is the most popular shade that she does, I believe. So this is the standard Blazed, or the Blazed Donut. I think it's only done in this finish, the original finish. So it's a cream. And so it's a cream in a stick that goes very luscious on the lips. And I know many people like this. I like the formula. And then this is brand new. It got released towards the end of last week, and this wasn't discounted. It is the Glossy Bomb Stick in the High Shimmer. And I got Hot Chocolate 03. So it has sparkles in. And then it's got a little swatch on the top. So here it is. It's quite a beautiful, quite heavy acrylic container, and it isn't the same. It hasn't got the same depth of colour that the standard lip gloss has. There is a standard lip gloss that's liquid, and then there is one in a stick. This has got glitter particles in, and it's absolutely stunning, and a sort of coolish brown that I would love. So this was £23, but it is a brand new release, and that's why it wasn't being reduced. So they're all the items that I've picked up, and I'll show you the kit that you got free from Boots. So this was online only, and it is the Me set. So you got a velour bag with Beyond traditional Boots logo, and you've got another mascara, and this is Roller Lash. So it's a mini, the travel size. It's not the ultra small, it's a travel size, but this is ultra small. It's the Bum Bum Cream in 25ml. You've got a Philip Kingsley Daily Damage Defence. I'm not sure I've got one, but I've certainly not used this. And this is on towel dried hair, and you use this before you process, like you dry your hair or you put any other conditioners in, and it's supposed to help with UV damage and heat damage. So it is obviously a conditioning product. And then from Ultraviolet, we've got the SPF Queen Screen. Now, I've not been too impressed with the ultraviolets that I've tried up to now. I've actually had my skin burnt using them. Not by the product, as if it's just not strong enough. But I will give it a try. But this is the Ultraviolet, 15ml. And then there are some exfoliants for ingrown hair pads by Fab. So there's 28 in there. So that can be bought as a standalone, but normally they're in a very, very big jar. And then the final big ticket item is by Estee Lauder. It's the Day Wear Multi Protection Antioxidant 24-hour Moisture Cream, SPF 15, 50ml. So this one is quite expensive. I think it's £60 or just over. And there it is. So I have tried quite a bit of Estee Lauder products over the years and enjoyed them. They do really good skincare, sometimes a little perfumed, but I haven't opened this. I didn't want it to air to get in, but they're all the items in this lined little wash bag or makeup bag. So that's everything, because I know it's the final or second to last day of the month and I'm not buying any more products. And I think I got so many because I obviously because of Valentine's Day, and I went to Cheshire Oaks. Oh, couple of products that I meant, some items I meant to show you. When we were at Cheshire Oaks, we picked up some items from Molton Brown. So if you managed to get to an outlet village or an outlet store, it may be worth checking these out. These are the special Christmas edition that are now on sale. They worked out, I think it was £10 each, which is very good because these are normally around £28. And I got Labadanum Dusk, which is an aromatic, resinous, quite masculine fragrance. So it doesn't look black as it's poured out. You only need a tiny bit, but it has gold specks in. So I got 3 of those. The more you bought, the more money was taken off. And I got a rose one, and it's called a Rose Dune. Absolutely beautiful, pearlized again. And this one is like a rose oud with a jammy note to it. So that one is absolutely beautiful. So I will share these 3 with Mr. Bear, and I shall probably use that myself. But these will last an awful long time. I've got 4 of them. And then he also picked up 5 100ml for £15, and these are presently available if you go to one of their stores. So that means for all 5, it will be, you get 500ml for £15, which is really, really good. He will use all of these. I will probably take the Sun Rose because I do like that fragrance. The others I'm not so keen on. There is I like Heavenly Ginger Lily, and I don't mind the Coastal, whatever it's called, Coastal Sea Fennel, but I don't like the red pepper and the black pepper. They're not my sort of fragrance on their own. But yeah, Mr. Bear will use them, and I would at a push use them as a body wash because they don't tend to stick around on the body in terms of a fragrance, or if so, they can be masked by other products. But that is everything. Can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate that your time is valuable. Hopefully I shall see you very soon. I'll have an empties video coming up shortly. Otherwise, please take care of yourselves, and bye for now.